All right, let's look at the motor unit. Just a brief overview. It consists of a single motor neuron and all the muscle fibers its axon supplies. So you have the spinal nerve, it's the motor neuron, so just one motor neuron, and all the muscle fibers that it activates. So it can activate one muscle fiber or 2,000, and then that would determine the size of the motor unit. Motor unit size varies in the number of muscle fibers. So, say the gastrocnemius may have 2,000 or more muscle fibers, who can generate a lot of force. Eye muscles may have fewer than 10 fibers, so it's for fine motor control. And in our hands, they have probably smaller motor units, so we can have these fine motor skills. How do we recruit these motor neurons or motor units? Sorry. This is how we generate force from our neuromuscular system. It's called the all or none principle. So if there's a stimulus and it meets the threshold, all the muscle fibers of that motor unit will contract. So that's why size needs to vary. Uh, Motor unit recruitment has a sequence called the Henneman size principle. It goes from smaller, slow twitch fibers to larger, fast twitch. That's how they're recruited, and they're de-recruited in reverse order. So these slow twitch fibers need to stay on for the entirety of the muscle function. So how do we produce different muscle forces? By varying the number of motor units that are recruited and the frequency of stimulation. So let's look at this, what we call rate coding and recruitment. This is all part of the size principle. So we have motor units here on the left. We recruit motor unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if we need more force production, we increase the number of motor units that we recruit. This would be the smallest slow twitch motor unit, and number 5 would be more a fast twitch motor unit. We also, as we recruit motor unit 1, we are stimulating it at a slower frequency, and then we increase that frequency. So we increase the rate coding after the motor unit was recruited. We recruit motor unit number 2. It starts out with a relatively slower rate coding that increases. Recruit number 3, slow to fast rate coding, 4, 5. So both rate coding and recruitment are important for force production. So let's just look at a little bit more of this frequency of stimulation or rate coding. And it comes back to the action potential and how a muscle is actually contracted. So all action potentials reach the same threshold. How we change the force production of our muscle fibers from, say, a twitch to a smooth tetanus contraction is not by increasing the magnitude of the action potential, but by increasing the stimulation frequency or by increasing the rate coding. So if you have a slower rate coding, you'll have this very odd muscle contraction. If you increase the rate coding, you'll increase the smoothness of the contraction as well as the magnitude.